Good afternoon, everyone. My name is AALIYAH Motala. I'm the Benza intern for CREW. So today I'll be talking about iNaturalist, which is an open source platform used by civil society, scientists, naturalists to create a biodiversity-related dialogue. And first, I'd like to speak to you about citizen science. This was touched a little in the previous talk, but citizen science is a practice of public participation to conduct scientific research in a whole or in part by amateur scientists. These amateur scientists participate in projects to increase their scientific understanding and to learn about environmental issues, as well as just to enjoy nature as it's not their profession. Through citizen science, people share and contribute to data monitoring and collection programs. So, communication and science in the 19th century. So the information revolution in our current age has many similarities with the 1900s, which saw an explosion of print and journals and publishing. So in 1800s, there were only about 100 periodicals, science periodicals, but by 1900s, there were over 10,000 periodicals worldwide. Historically, amateur and professional scientists recorded scientific information in notebooks or journals, but this could only be read by rich people or by literate people, which were very few. However, in the world we're in now, which is becoming more connected and progressively digital, in the past 10 years or so, fast developments in digital technologies, such as cloud, internet, wireless network, and most importantly, mobile communication technology, have dramatically changed the way we work, live, and play. So with these dramatic changes and these rapid advances in technology, technology promotes a new world across disciplinary, data-intensive research, which has allowed for partnership between and amongst researchers and citizen scientists, which was not available in the 19th century. So this changed citizen science in a way where the growth of citizen science movement represents a key shift in the social dynamics of science. By blurring the professional and amateur divide and changing the public's outlook on the engagement with science. There has been a shift from observing science passively to actively engaging in scientific discussion. Citizen science contains many different ways in which citizens are involved in science, such as mass participation approaches in which citizens use smartphone applications to submit data. For example, wildlife monitoring observation data. Many organizations are forming to promote citizen science projects, as well as many platforms are being created. Now, these are one of the platforms that are taking advantage of citizen science in the digital age. The Virtual Museum is a platform that is run by the Percy Fitzpatrick Institute, which is established by the University of Cape Town. This platform allows citizen scientists to contribute to biodiversity projects. So, like a normal museum has many many collections of specimens in frequently large numbers of specimens of the same species from various parts of its range. Now, just like this, the way it's stored in jars and bottles in museums, this virtual museum has the exact same thing, where it's the same species in different ranges, but it's as pictures and not in jars. So this database still exists, but the issue is that the pictures need to be submitted and be evaluated by individual people or panel. Now, this takes a very long time and is not practical on a very large scale. Another platform which I'm sure you all know is, and was available in South Africa, is iSpot. So iSpot was launched in June 2009. It was a website developed and hosted by Open University. So this was an online community intended to connect nature enthusiasts of all levels. Registered users uploaded images of wildlife observations, identified species, and discussed their findings with one another. So this was intended to provide opportunities for people to learn more about the wildlife they observed. So the South African National Biodiversity Institute once chose iSpot to perform iSpot as a platform for several citizen science national biodiversity projects. But by the end of 2009, iSpot moved over to iNaturalist. This is because the problem with iSpot is that it couldn't analyze the data efficiently and do taxonomic updates, and that Open University had the rights to iSpot, which was preventing South Africa from having full access to data uploaded by the users. So this week, iNaturalist comes in. So iNaturalist is an online social network of people sharing biodiversity information to help each other learn about nature. that can be a bit confusing. So in simple terms, it's a social media focused on sharing biodiversity and nature-related information with the public, by the public. This platform was founded in 2008 as part of the graduate project at the University of California. So continuing with what is iNat, it is a crowdsourced tool, meaning that it's completely community-based. You rely on people to verify and identify your observations, so which you can record by uploading pictures or sounds. You get help with identifications of the observations you made, as well as join and create projects. Now, a project lets you pool your observations with other people on iNaturalist. So whether you're starting a citizen science effort or something simple like keeping tabs on birds of your neighborhood, you can start a project. So this is a simple diagram on how iNaturalist works. So you record an observation, such as taking a picture of a caterpillar, you upload it, you let people help you identify it by discussing what they know it is or what they think it is. And then you have a species, or hopefully a species identification. So as I mentioned earlier, you can collaborate on projects and join projects. So this is a standard red list project for plants and animals on iNaturalist. Any species of conservation concern in South Africa are listed here in this project database. As you can see, that you have over 20,000 observations of red listed species only in South Africa already. So if you join this project and you upload a picture of a threatened species, you will have a form pop up where you have to fill in a few questions about the habitat, the population, just to get a bit more data about the threatened species you just found. So this much needed data is saved, and companies and institutes such as SANBI use it to monitor species of conservation concern. So the Red List isn't the only project that's available on iNat. There are many, many other projects, such as Alien Species of South Africa, the Herbs of Southern Africa, etc. So projects are not just used by iNaturalist, but also used by nature reserves, by academics, and other organizations as well. For example, the plant species of conservation concern found by users on iNat will help crew find the range of the species. So this is just a few papers on that use data on iNat, the published papers that use data on iNat. So this is a paper published in Florida. So this what happened here is they use the range of echinoderms found on iNat. So then what they did was the echinoderms found around the world, they noted the color, the range, where it's found, when it was found, and just the trends of it in general, and they published a paper. This is the most interesting one, really. So this herbarium in USA has used a QR code to put on each and every one of the herbarium specimens. The QR code, when scanned, links back to an iNat observation. So as you see the pressed plant in front of you, and you scan the code, you see the plant in the wild. You see the plant as in where it was before it was collected and pressed. You see the habitat. So that's pretty interesting and a new way we can move forward. And this research paper was with the help of other citizen scientists around USA to record an ectoparasitic fungus found on ladybugs. So again, these are just a few of the many papers published using iNat data from various citizen scientists. So this shows the power of iNaturalist. So this iNaturalist has stats for its size. So this is just from last week. So in a 7-day period, so there was 290,000 observations in 1 week from around the world. And on October 31st, in just 1 day, there was 42,000 observations alone. Now this data, the amount of data you're getting is immense. So you can just imagine what you can do with this. And then this is the kind of fun part, but there's a wonderful challenge called the City Nature Challenge. This will be held in April 2020. The cities around the world participate. The winner is determined by which city takes the most observations in a 4-day window period. So this year, in 2019, 159 cities took part, and just under 1 million observations were made worldwide in 4 days. 31,000 species documented, and 35,000 people participated in a 4-day window. So Cape Town won the City Nature Challenge this year with 53,000 observations made in 4 days, and they also won an award for 4,000 different species observed, as they were the most species observed this year. So I'm hoping that all of you will take part next year for Durban or any other city you're participating in that year. So these are dates. April 24th to 27th is the observation period. These are when you can go out and take as many pictures as you can. April 28th to May 3rd is uploading and hiding, and May 4th the results announced. So this is 2020. So hopefully you all participate. And that's about it. If you want to have any tutorials on how to use iNaturalist, how to join projects, how to create a project, please go to iNaturalist.org for video tutorials. Okay.